This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. A Leon County Circuit judge yesterday rejected a group's request for a temporary injunction to halt the state's first black bear hunt in a decade. With the 3-week hunt set to begin December 6th, Circuit Judge Angela Dempsey said Bear Warriors United, a Central Florida-based nonprofit, was unable to show substantial likelihood of success on the merits in its lawsuit challenging the hunt. A bear hunt such as this will lead to 172 bears being killed in 4 regions of the state. The hunt will be held in Apalachicola, west of Jacksonville, north of Orlando, and in the Big Cypress region. A Tampa photojournalist was one of 31 arrested during a protest outside of a Miami detention center on Saturday. WMNF's Chris Young reports the senior contributing photographer for Creative Loafing Tampa Bay says he was targeted at the Chrome Detention Center.
30 protesters with the political action organization Sunrise Movement were arrested, calling for the shutdown of the facility and the release of the detained. Police say the protesters blocked the entrance gate and declined requests to move. Photojournalist Dave Decker was also arrested and charged with trespassing on property after warning and resisting an officer without violence to his person.
I do feel like I was targeted because I was not in front or impeding. I was not in front of law enforcement as an opponent of what they were doing. I was there documenting. I was not impeding any of their work.
Decker was released early Monday morning on bond. As of Monday afternoon, over $11,000 had been raised in a GoFundMe campaign to cover costs. The Miami-Dade Sheriff's Office said in a statement that they are committed to protecting both public safety and the rights of the community. Chris Young, WMNF News.
Average gasoline prices in Florida jumped 18 cents during the past week as millions of people prepare to take to the roads for the Thanksgiving holiday period. Florida motorists paid an average of $3.10 a gallon for regular unleaded gas yesterday, up from $2.92 a week earlier, according to the AAA Auto Club. AAA attributed the increase to price cycling, which involves brief spikes in prices after retailers periodically lower prices against competitors. AAA spokesman Mark Jenkins called the increase a familiar trend of prices rising after declines and said, quote, if that pattern holds, drivers could see prices ease hitting the road for Thanksgiving, unquote, Jenkins said in a prepared statement. The national average price for gasoline was $3.07 a gallon, the same as a week earlier. At this time last year, the Florida average price was $3.12 a gallon, while the national average was $3.06, according to AAA. An internal review has found that most of the music, art, and other expressive therapists approved to treat disabled and autistic children in Florida's Medicaid program were neither properly credentialed nor fully vetted, according to a Tampa Bay Times report. MTM Health, a state subcontractor hired by Sunshine Health to build a network for children's medical services, registered more than 1,700 providers for services like music, art, pet, and equine therapy. But over half were not board certified to treat children. 2/3 had not undergone the level of background check required under Florida law, and 96% lacked the Medicaid ID needed to be paid through the federal program. The University of Central Florida is laying off 57 employees of its Florida Solar Energy Center, leaving only 7 people who remain employed there. In a written statement, UCF says declines in outside funding and shifting federal priorities mean the center is, quote, no longer financially sustainable in its current form, unquote. Heaven Campbell leads Florida's chapter of Solar United Neighbors, a national nonprofit that helps people and groups switch to solar energy. Campbell says that even as federal resources are getting stripped, the solar industry is well established in Florida.
And it's going to continue to work for Floridians while rates rise. You know, that's the kind of silver lining, the really unfortunate silver lining of the, incessant rate increases that we're seeing is that it makes solar all that more attractive.
Starting next year, a rate increase regulators have recently approved for Florida Power and Light will have customers of that utility paying on average about $2.50 more for energy each month. Cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-80s. Some clouds tonight with overnight lows in the mid-60s. Mostly sunny tomorrow with highs in the mid-80s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.